Welcome to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
How's she going, my son, and welcome to the Darkest Dungeon. Now, this is the first episode of the series, but it's also going to be a small channel update video, just to let you guys know what's going on and where I've been and whatnot. Anyway, this is actually this is actually the first recording, or the second recording. This one failed. Didn't catch my audio, which was kind of annoying. Delete the save, and let's start again. Now, I'm set up like that because it'll say the channel's estate when we're in town, which sounds nice.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Just making sure Wayne June, the narrator, isn't about to say something on me. Okay, so, channel update. I had a bit of a rough patch lately, and my sleep's been buggered up, so I haven't been able to upload and record. But more accurately, I have been able to upload because I've hit the bandwidth limit on my internet connection that I have here at my grandmother's, which, you know, God love her, but her place isn't anywhere near where you can get an unlimited internet connection, so that kind of stymies my ability to work. So, but we are moving within a weekish, and we'll have internet, you know, probably a week after or whatever, so we'll be able to, I'll be able to upload constantly, and, you know, keep the channel going that way. And speaking of the channel and keeping it going, I've been thinking about getting a Patreon. You know, letting you guys support me as much or as little as you wish, and so that, you know, even if I never go full-time, having my hobby pay for itself on some level would help. Because then I would, you know, maybe only need a part-time job to make up the rest of it kind of thing, and then I'd still have time to do the hobby. But anyway, now I'm not going to rename these two characters, because I want to keep them Reynold and Dismas, because there is an achievement for getting them through the whole game. Now, I'm pretty sure changing their name doesn't sacrifice the achievement, but it's easier to keep track of them this way.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead. Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Pretty basic turn-based combat. You know, all the numbers are down here. Your different moves are like this. Some of these moves don't work in his position, or... well, all of his moves work in this position in the party. 1, 2, 3, 4. But he has no target for them, so he can't do them. Because he can't hit the front with these two. He can hit the front with this one and this one. But this would be the best option. If it hit. Dismas, you're making me look bad. Anyway. But as you can see, since all of his moves are either buffs or hit the front, he can do all of his moves. Smash you in the face. You don't get a turn. So Dismas gets another chance to try that again. There we go.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
You run into things in the dungeon. You can interact with them. When you get into more complex ones, you can use items from your inventory on them. But, you know, this is just hit this, acquire loot.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places. An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Now this big guy in the front isn't letting Reynold hit the little gun guy in the back, so we're just going to shoot through the big guy first instead. Since he takes full damage from everything anyway. And can't dodge because he's too fat. There we go.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Yeah. Now, since I didn't kill him with a bleed, a blight, or a crit, he leaves a body. So the body is still blocking me from hitting the gentleman in the back there. So I gotta shoot around it, or smash it up to get it out of the way. He can't do his big hit everyone move now because he's in the front. And now he's dead.
Give them no quarter.
Now, I'm not going to bother hitting this chest because this particular chest is always trapped. So there's no point. That's not bad. At the end of every level, you can get 1 positive, 1 negative, and 1 disease quirk. Or you can get nothing at all, like Dismas did here. Last time I did this in the previous recording, I ended up getting another negative, which wasn't any fun, but I got a positive this time, which is good. A lot of RNG in this game.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Okay, so... oh, get help where you may, yeah. Our town is mostly boarded up because we don't have access to most of these extra buildings yet. But we have our graveyard in case we lose anyone. The memoirs for looking up the old cutscenes, and the stagecoach where we get new heroes.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion. In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings. Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Very aggressive. Very aggressive, Vestal they're giving me here. Okay, well, you have to take them.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Now, my first two named characters. Normally, the Vestal is very supportive. They've gone and picked a couple of weird abilities on me. But, since I've had a very good supporter on my Twitch, or not my Twitch, my Twitter, wrong T-word, I'm going to name her after one of the more supportive classes in the game, Betty. And I apologize if you're a gentleman. Because I'm giving this name to a female character, but I had to make the pneumonia plague doctor joke. So this character will be named New Monica. I might have the spelling wrong, so I'll correct it in a future episode if that is the case. You can flip through the different color designs as well. But usually pretty good here. Now I do want to upgrade this.
More arrive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
Now I don't like the fact I didn't get any deeds at the end of that mission, the selected tutorial, because I now can't get 4 per week. I'm only going to get 3 per week, so one person's going to have to go out twice, even though they could be in bad shape. But we'll find out.
Mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
The usual suspects.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Now, these items let you interact with the dungeon and basically get your investment back and then some. And, you know, deal with other dangers and such. But, and you get some freebies based on which characters you bring. Crusaders bring Holy Water, and Plague Doctors bring Anti-Venom, for example. Oh, I think this first dungeon is always like this. Interesting. Free torch. Skellingtons. Unfortunately, they stick me with the freaking... stick me with the knife ability instead of the poisons, because the poisons actually work, or the blights I should say, actually work on the skeletons, but obviously you can't bleed a skeleton, despite what Sans has shown us in Undertale. Ooh, nice.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Get used to hearing that. You get sassy when you win a fight, sometimes. Oh, free shovel, always good.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
I'm starting to think this first dungeon is, like, seeded. Which is interesting. I mean, there's random variables that can occur within it, but... crap, like missing. But, it's seeded for what you run into, which is interesting. Fortunately, poor Baddie's just going to have to heal spam back there. I don't have any other moves that work that far back. But that's fine.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Press this advantage.
Good, good.
Give them no quarter.
Get up. There we go, and they'll die on their turn. Oh, it didn't work. Bugger. I'm so used to having the trinkets that make your plates land more successfully. More successfully. With more success. I know how to English, I swear, guys. Ah.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Ah, Reynold. You jerk. Yeah. Some of the negative quirks make your characters interact with things before you're ready. And Kleptomaniac in particular makes them steal the reward, if there is anything, which is really dumb. And they give it to you on the first character you get, just to piss you off. Oh well. What can you do? Crit the Acolyte in the face for 11? Sounds good to me. And die from bleed? Oh, freaking hell. Really? Or blade, I should say. Okay, baddie making up for it with a nice crit. Can't go wrong there. Yeah. Good, good. Yeah, hit the guy up front with the armor. Don't hit the squishy people behind him.
Continue the onslaught.
Grape Shot Blast isn't very good long term, but pretty good in the beginning. Eh. His turn is last.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I was thinking if I could scum a turn and get a heal off with baddie, but if you try to scum the battles too much to do stuff like that, the game actually punishes you. It's a setting you can turn off, but I like keeping it on. Keeps you honest. You better not take what's in here. Okay. You can eat extra food for hit points, so it's always good to find some. Okay, I'm going to go down this way. Because when you go through a hallway that you've already been through, you burn less torch. And I ran out of torches last time I was in here off of one stack, so... doesn't hurt to pack some extras.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
I wonder if the loot is seeded too. Although I remember Reynold stealing something different on me last time. You don't get a turn. Damn it. Never mind. God, dodgy little bastard back there.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Ow. Crits in this are physically painful. Mostly that close-up you get when it happens. And, you know, the stress and the damage and such. Always fun to see them on the enemy's end, though. Going to scum a little bit here. Yeah, stop stabbing Dismas. He's gonna do a lot of damage. Oh, not really.
As victories mount,
Okay.
so too will resistance.
Now, this item, if you use it raw, can give you loot or a small stress heal, but if you use a holy water on it, you get a big stress heal. And possibly a big, like, hit point heal as well. Which is pretty good. Yeah. Good. Always good to have a roguey type character in a dungeon. Gotta disarm them traps. You son of a bitch. Oh my god, are you serious? Can I, like, beat that out of him? Can I, like, have him flogged and quartered for that insubordination? You should be able to. Ugh, you gotta get rid of his kleptomania as soon as possible. Oh, nope. Oh, right, this is an explorer, so I don't have to go to this room. But I'm going to, because it's a treasure room. Okay, this guy needs to die immediately.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Now, will he die on his turn? Yes, he will. Awesome. Since dots occur at the beginning of turn. Which is always good. Don't take a turn. Damn.
The slow death.
He's that enemy that just expired. He has a all his like only attack is cause stress. So, you know, like 20 some odd points. It's not fun. Oh god, ow.
Reeling, about to break.
Can't lose a subscriber yet. We haven't even finished the first dungeon yet. Okay, he's gonna die on his turn. So, shank you, good times.
Executed.
Nice work, Pneumatica. Ah. Well, he's dead either way. Okay. Got a trinket.
English horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Trinkets are your optional equipment. They go in these slots. They do different things. Very small things, some big things sometimes, depending on the item. Better stuff, obviously. But your characters like armor and weapon, you just upgrade them. You don't find better versions. You always just upgrade them at the blacksmith once you have one. You don't start with one. Alright. Everything you didn't use gets refunded slightly, but it's still better to have used it and, you know, gotten loot than to hold on to it, obviously. Not bad, not bad. And that's kind of hilarious. I apologize, Maddie, if that's not accurate. There will be some inaccuracies in this series, I'm sure.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, good. His kleptomaniac didn't set in. Alright. Now, I'm going to get another group of heroes. Probably do some of the off-camera stress work. Off-camera. And then I'll call it an episode. So let's see who we get. We're going to get 3 people, unfortunately. Okay, well... Slugger, Healer's Gift, Witness, that's fine. Now, I apologize if anyone wants to be an occultist, but I get first dibs.
To fight the abyss, one must know it. The raw strength of youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
Now, do you have the skill I want you to have? Yes. Actually, that's a very good set right there. I like having some of the buffs, too, that he has over here, but these 4 are totally usable. And another Vestal.
A sister of battle,
pious and unrelenting.
Ugh. I don't like any of the manias. Because all the manias are Bloodthirsty is one too, but all the manias make your characters interact with things when you don't want them to. So you don't get your full reward or get punished for it, either way. But we'll name all these characters, although we're going to name this one. Aha! Warlock for life, yo. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Twitter, Tumblr, and subscription are in the description as usual. If you want to join in this jolly campaign of madness and despair, please leave a name in the comments and class preference if you know the game, or if you don't and just want to see it anyway, just a gender preference helps, because the characters are all preset gendered. You know, there's always male occultists, there's no female occultists, for example. So, you know, if you give me a gender, I'll know which one I could possibly slot you into, or if you don't even care, just leave a name. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and ciao for now.